evening settles by the window, someone turns the hallway light. There's a cup left on the table and a coat I've known for years. Music drifts in from the kitchen, someone laughs behind the door. Nothing here would stop a stranger, still I couldn't ask for more. I used to wonder what I'd find somewhere farther down the line. All I love is here, closer than I knew, in the little things around me, in the days I spend with you. All I love is here, quietly in view. Maybe life was always lovely, I was learning how to see it too. Summer leaves outside the window, rain that lingers through the day. Coffee made the way I like it, old songs I still wanna play. Roads that turn to gold at evening, faces I have come to know. All the things I once passed over are the things I cherish most. No perfect picture, no grand design, just all these moments I call mine. All I love is here, closer than I knew, in the little things around me, in the days I spend with you. All I love is here, quietly in view. Maybe life was always lovely, I was learning how to see it too. If tomorrow brings another ordinary day, let it come just this way. All I love is here, nothing more to find, in the hands around the table, in the evening taking time. All I love is here, and tonight I know I have loved this little life more than I ever knew. All I love is here. You were telling me a story, something small about your day. Then you lost the words completely, and you laughed them all away. I had heard that laugh 1,000 times, still it caught me by surprise. There was something in that moment that made everything feel right. I don't know makes it so, but when you laugh, the whole room glows. I love the way you laugh before you try to hide it, the little way you turn away, then look at me and smile. things start too early, sometimes nothing goes our way. Then I hear you from the kitchen and the trouble slips away. You don't even know you're doing it, you never have to try. Somehow unfamiliar laughter makes an ordinary day feel light. Of all the things I love in you, your laughter still feels new. Smile from mine, I could hear that sound forever and never ask for more. I love the way you laugh a little more each time. There it is again, that laugh I love. Must have passed 1,000 times. Tiny yellow ones in summer, growing where the pavement ends. I don't know when I began to notice how the leaves move in the light, or how shadows from the branches change a little through the afternoon. Maybe they were always lovely. Maybe I was moving fast. Things I used to pass by now make me want to stay. Flowers leaning toward the sunlight, leaves that dance along the way. Nothing in the world has changed, they're where they've always been. Maybe I just learned to love the things I hadn't seen. Now I know the tree that blossoms just before the spring turns warm, and the roses by the old fence that return without a word. Sometimes I stop for just a moment, for no reason I can name. Funny how the world looks different when you finally look its way. I thought beauty had to find me. Maybe I had to notice it. Things I used to pass by make me want to stay. Green leaves moving in the summer, flowers opening to the day. Nothing in the world has changed, they're where they've always been. Maybe loving life begins with noticing what's here. So today I stop to look. slowly, sunlight resting on the floor, coffee cooling by the window. We don't need to ask for more. You are reading by the table, I am watching morning rain. Neither one of us is talking, still there's nothing I would change. Let the hours take their time. Your quiet world fits into mine. Give me a Sunday kind of love, easy as the morning sun, coffee waiting on the table, nowhere we need to run. Let the whole day move around us, we can leave the world outside. Give me a Sunday kind of love, and stay here by my side. Maybe later we'll go walking, maybe we will stay right here. Make another cup of coffee, let the afternoon appear. There's a sweetness in the nothing, when the nothing's shared with you. No grand plans and no occasion, just a day we don't rush through. If this is all the day will bring, then I already have everything. Give me a Sunday kind of love, soft and easy, warm and slow. Leave the curtains half wide open, we have nowhere else to go. Let the whole day move around us while we take our own sweet time. Give me a Sunday kind of love, and I'll be doing fine. Stay a little longer, it's Sunday. We stepped outside as day was fading, with nowhere we had planned to be. You took the road beside the houses, and I just followed easily. The evening lights came on around us, a little music filled the air. You turned and smiled about something, and I was glad to simply be there. I never asked which way we'd go. With you beside me, I didn't need to know. Wherever you go, I'll walk there with you. Down any road under evening blue. We don't need a reason, we don't need a plan. Just take your time, and I'll take your hand. Wherever you go is where I wanna be. We passed the streets we'd seen forever, then found one neither of us knew. A little cafe near the corner, a window glowing warm and low. We could have turned around much sooner, but neither one of us could care. The night was soft, your hand was in mine, and I was happy being there. Maybe the place was never the part. Maybe the road was only the start. Wherever you go, I'll walk there with you. Down any road the whole evening through. We don't need a reason, we don't need a plan. Just stay beside me and hold my hand. Wherever you go is where I wanna be. Wherever you go, I'll be there too. Sometimes I see another window and wonder how that life might be. A larger room, a greener garden, a road that never came to me. Then I hear you in the kitchen and the old clock down the hall. Morning settles on the table and I forget about it all. Turn around and there you are. The coffee's warm, the door is open. A life like this is good to me. Your coat beside mine, your cup beside the sink. A little laughter the end of the day. A life like this I'd gladly choose again. There will always be a window glowing somewhere down the road. Someone living out a story I will probably never know. But I know the sound of your key turning softly in the door, and the way you call my name like you've done so long before. I look around and suddenly the life I know looks good to me. To me, your shoes by the doorway, your book beside the chair, dinner getting cold while we talk about our day. A life like this I'd gladly choose again. Maybe happiness was never far away. Maybe it was here in all our ordinary days. A life like this is good to me. The light across the table, your hand resting near mine. Nothing here is perfect, nothing needs to be. A life like this door is closed, the evening's mine. My shoes are somewhere by the chair. I make my coffee how I like it, and leave my book open somewhere. No one asking where I'm going, no need to answer anyone. I turn the music down a little and watch the fading of the sun. There's something sweet about this hour, nothing waiting to be done. I like the quiet when it's mine, a cup of coffee, a little time, the window open, my favorite song. No need to hurry, no need to be long. Sometimes the place I love to be is here alone with only me. I eat whatever I feel like eating. I let the dishes wait a while. I read a page, then lose my place, and somehow that just makes me smile. The city keeps on moving somewhere, but I don't need to follow through. Tonight this little room is enough, and I have nothing else to do. Being alone isn't always lonely. Sometimes it's where I hear myself. I like the quiet when it's mine, the evening's soft, the unhurried time, the window open, the daylight gone. No need for anything to come along. Sometimes the place I love to be is here alone with only me. Just for tonight, this room is mine. I know the corner where the sunlight falls across the street at 10. The little store with flowers outside, and the man who waves at me again. I know which trees give shade in summer, which cafe leaves its doorway wide. I've walked this road 1,000 mornings, still I like it every time. Maybe home is more than walls, maybe some places learn us to. These streets know me, they know my footsteps, every turn I always take. The window with the yellow curtains, the old cafe beside the gate. Nothing here would make a postcard, still there's nowhere I'd rather be. After all these ordinary years, these streets feel part of me. The bakery is closing early, someone's watering the trees. Two old neighbors talk forever, like they've nowhere else to be. Evening settles on the rooftops, lights come on along the way. And without ever deciding, I have learned to love this place. Somewhere along all these familiar roads, a place I passed each day became my own. Streets know me, they know my footsteps, every turn I always take. The trees that change with every season, the lights that guide me home each day. Nothing here was made to dazzle, still there's nowhere I'd rather be. After all these ordinary years, these streets feel part of me. And they lead me home. We've seen 1,000 mornings come softly through our door. We've shared 1,000 dinners and talked till 4:30. I know the way you take your coffee, you know when I need some time. After all these years together, your hand still reaches out for mine. Much changes as years go by, still I know what's in my heart. If I had to choose, I'd choose you again. The same first hello, the same road without an end. I'd take every morning, every ordinary night. If I had to choose, I'd choose this life. We've had days that weren't so easy, and nights when words were few, but morning found us at the table, me across the room from you. There are roads we haven't taken, there are places we may see, but I wouldn't trade the life we have for any other dream. If all the years could start anew, I'd let them lead me back to you. If I had to choose, I'd choose you again. The same little moments, I'd live them all again. The coffee in the morning, had to choose, I'd still choose you. I wasn't really listening. The radio was playing low. Traffic moving by the window. Just another road back home. Then I heard those first few notes, and everything began to change. The evening felt a little lighter, though the street was still the same. Nothing happened, nothing changed, except the way the moment felt. When my favorite song comes on, I let the whole world wait a while. I know every word that's coming, still it always makes me smile. For 3 minutes, nothing matters but the music and the road. Funny how a favorite song can make anywhere feel like home. Sometimes it finds me in the kitchen, sometimes driving late at night, sometimes through an open window on a quiet summer afternoon. I never know when it will find me. That's the part I like the most. One familiar little melody, and I'm exactly where I wanna be. Maybe joy can be that simple, a song you love at the perfect time. When my favorite song comes on, I let the whole world wait a while. I still know every word that's coming, and I still can't help but smile. For 3 minutes, life feels easy, and there's nowhere else to go. Funny how a favorite song can make anywhere feel like home. Turn it up just a little. There's a little cup beside the window, faded blue and worn around the rim. I've had newer ones and finer ones, still I always reach for this. There's a chair that leans a little from the years of sitting there. Every mark has found a place now, like it always belongs somewhere. Time can leave a gentle trace and somehow make a thing more dear. Some things grow better with time, softer around every line, a little worn, a little changed. Still I love them all the same. Years leave something warm behind, something you could never find. Maybe that's why the things I keep feel more like mine with time. There's a book with folded corners and a coat I've had for years, an old record by the player that still sounds lovely to my ears. Nothing here was made forever, still I hope it stays a while. There is comfort in the things that know the shape of your life. I don't need everything new. Some things become more beautiful with use. Some things grow better with time, softer around every line, a little worn, a little changed. Still I love them all the same. Years leave something warm behind, something you could never find. Maybe that's why the things I keep grow dearer all the time. A little worn and still just right. The same alarm at 7:30, the same 2 cups beside the sink, the same old street outside the window, the same few minutes just to think. I take the road I took on Monday, I pass the same familiar trees. Someone waves from across the corner, and I wave back before I leave. Day after day, so little changes, still something here feels good to me. What if this is happiness and we just didn't know? The coffee in the morning, the familiar road back home. What if all we're looking for is already passing by? A hand across the table, a blue and ordinary sky. Maybe happiness was never far away? What if this is happiness, this ordinary day? The same front door when I come home, the same old keys beside the light, the same familiar voice that asks me how everything went today. We talk about 100 small things, then forget what half of them were. Someone laughs across the table, and somehow that's enough for me. We spend our lives looking for something. Maybe it's been here all along. What if this is happiness and we just didn't know? The coffee in the morning, the familiar road back home. What if all we're looking for is already passing by? A hand across the table, a blue and ordinary sky. Maybe happiness was never waiting somewhere far away. What if this is happiness, this ordinary day? Maybe the bluebird never flew away. Maybe it was sitting by our window every day. What if this is happiness, quiet and unchanged? The people that we come home to, the little things that stay. Maybe all those distant dreams were never the only way. What if what we've searched for was here in every day? What if this is happiness and we knew it only now? The same old morning, and somehow I love it now. We were driving without talking, late sun resting on the road. Then the sky began to open, softly turning red and gold. Every window caught the color, every mile was washed in light. I forgot where we were going for a little while that night. Drive a little slower, we have time. I don't want to leave this light before the light is gone. Let's stay upon this road. Let the evening fall around us. Let the miles go soft and slow. We don't need to hurry. There's nowhere else to be before the light is gone. Stay here a while with me. Golden fields fields beside the highway, long shadows running through the trees. You reached over, turned the music lower and smiled a little back at me. Maybe we will never remember every road or every town, but I'll remember how that evening made us slow the whole world down. Somewhere between the day and night, we found a moment worth the drive before the light is gone. Let's stay upon this road. Let the evening fall around us, while the western sky still glows. We don't need to hurry. Let the day leave quietly before the light is gone. Stay here a while with me, just a little longer before the light is gone. Dinner's getting cold between us. Someone's reaching for the bread. Someone tells a story we've already heard again. There's a glass beside my elbow. There's a jacket on the chair. Nothing here is beautiful, still I love us sitting there. No special night, no reason why, just everyone I love nearby. Around this table I have all I need, a little food and familiar company. Someone is laughing, someone pours the tea, and for a while there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Around this table life feels good to me. We talk about the smallest things, who called and who was late. Someone steals the last potato, someone puts more on my plate. Tomorrow we'll be busy and go our separate ways, but tonight we're here together at the ending of the day. Maybe love looks most like this: a chair kept close, a plate that's filled. Around this table I have all I need, the same old stories and familiar company. Someone is laughing, someone stays for tea, and for a while there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Around this table life feels good to me. Stay a little longer before we leave. Seven years since we 7 years of separate days. Then you walked into that little cafe with the same familiar face. We didn't need to fill the silence, didn't ask where all the time had gone. You smiled before I finished speaking, like we'd never been apart. Some things change, some things don't. Somehow we still felt like home, like it was yesterday. We talked the hours away. 7 years disappeared somewhere between hello and late. Nothing felt unfamiliar, nothing needed to begin. Like it was yesterday, there you were, my friend. You remembered how I take my coffee. I remembered what would make you laugh. We told the same old stories over and still laughed at every part. Outside, people came and left us. Afternoon was turning gold, and I thought how rare it is to have someone you never have to learn again. Maybe time can change so much and leave the best of us untouched. Like it was yesterday, we talked the hours away. 7 years became a moment and nothing felt far away. No need to make a promise, no need to wonder when. Like it was yesterday, we'll find our way here again. 7 years and still my friend. The paint is fading by the window. The table has a mark or two. The garden never grows quite evenly, and nothing here is really new. We don't have rooms that belong in pictures, or everything we thought we'd own. But morning finds us in this kitchen, and evening always brings us home. Someone else might want much more. I look around and I am sure it's perfect to me, just as it is. This people I love coming home in the afternoon. It may not be what others would choose, but nothing is missing when I'm here with you. It's perfect to me, just as it is. There are places bigger than our garden, and windows with a better view. There are lives that shine a little brighter from somewhere we are looking through. But I know every sound this house makes. I know which floorboard softly bends. I know the voices in the hallway and where the evening sunlight ends. Maybe enough was never small. Maybe enough can be it all. It's perfect to me, just as it is. This little life and all that comes with it. The worn wooden table, the light in this room, the people I love coming home in the afternoon. It may not be what others would choose, but nothing is missing when I'm here with you. It's perfect to me, just as it is. I spent so long looking beyond. What if everything I wanted was here? It's perfect to me, just as it is. The ordinary days I wouldn't want to miss. The window left open, the shoes by the door, the voices I know, and 1,000 things more. Someone may see an unfinished life. I see everything I hoped I would find. It's perfect to me, just as it is. I wouldn't change a thing. Rain has been falling since the morning, drawing little rivers on the glass. I had somewhere I was meant to be, but I think I let the hours pass. Coffee warming both my hands, an old record playing low. The whole city disappears behind the water on the window. Let it rain, I don't mind. Nothing's waiting for my time. Let it cover every rooftop, let it soften every mind. I have nowhere I need to be, and nothing I have to know. Just coffee, music, window rain, and nowhere else to go. Someone hurries underneath an umbrella, headlights shimmer on the street. I pull the chair a little closer and tuck my legs beneath the seat. Maybe later skies will open, maybe sunlight fills the room, but right now I like the weather and this quiet afternoon. Not every day needs somewhere to go. Some are meant to simply move slow. Rain has nowhere to go, so let it stay a while. Let the world keep rushing somewhere. I'll be here behind the glass. I have nowhere I need to be, and that's the part I love the most. Just coffee, music, window rain, and nowhere else to go. Let it rain a little longer. I open up the window like I do most every day. The same old trees are standing in the same familiar place, but this morning all the leaves are dancing in the light. A cool breeze moves the curtain and everything feels right. Nothing new, nothing rare, just summer in the air. Summer through the window, green leaves in the sun. A little breeze comes wandering in, and suddenly I'm smiling. I don't need a reason, I don't need a plan. Some days the smallest moment is all the joy I need. The curtain keeps on moving, shadows cross the floor. I leave my coffee waiting and stand there just a little more. Cars are passing in the distance, someone's walking down the street. It's a day I've seen 1,000 times, still it feels so good to me. How can something so familiar feel this lovely every time? Summer through the window, green leaves in the sun. The little breeze comes back again, and there I am, still smiling. Nothing Someone made coffee early this morning, and for a moment I was back with you. Sunlight falling softly through the window, the way it always used to do. You never asked me how I liked my coffee. Somehow you already seemed to know. You'd leave the cup beside me on the table, then open up the window nice and slow. Funny what a scent can bring back a whole morning from so long ago. I still remember the coffee you made, warm in my hands at the start of the day. Nothing was special, nothing was planned. You'd pour me a cup and sit where I am. Years have gone by, but sometimes it's true. Coffee still smells a little like you. I've had my coffee in 100 places, little cafes on unfamiliar streets. Some were stronger, some were probably better. Some came with things I couldn't even read. But every now and then that quiet fragrance finds me before I know it's there. And suddenly the room becomes our kitchen, morning sunlight resting in your hair. Funny how the smallest memory can bring someone so close again. I still remember the coffee you made, warm in my hands at the start of the day. Nothing was special, nothing was planned. You'd pour me a cup and sit where I am. Years have gone by, but sometimes it's true. Coffee still smells a little like you. Maybe that's why I still make it slowly. Some mornings when I think of you, I still remember the coffee you made, the window half open, the beginning of day. Nothing was perfect, nothing had to be, just you at the table pouring one cup for me. Years have gone by, still every now and then that familiar scent brings you home again. Some mornings coffee still smells like you. is resting on the table. Coffee waits beside my favorite chair. Someone that I love is in the next room, and the summer breeze is everywhere. There's a song I haven't heard in ages, playing softly somewhere down the hall. Funny how I never stop to notice how much I have come to love it all. Nothing here is grand or perfect, still I wouldn't trade a thing. There's so much to love right here around me, so much I once hurried by. The light through the window, the sound of your laughter, the leaves moving under the sky. There's so much to love, I finally see it in everything ordinary. Maybe a beautiful life was never far away. Maybe it's been here with me. I love the street that leads me home at evening, the little shop that knows the things I buy, flowers growing by a broken sidewalk, clouds that take their time across the sky. I love the people who don't need an answer, the quiet hours when I'm on my own. All the little things I took for granted somehow make this life feel like my home. Nothing had to change around me, I just learned to look again. There's so much to love right here around me, so much I once hurried by. The light through the window, the sound of your laughter, the leaves moving under the sky. There's so much to love, I finally see it in everything ordinary. Maybe a beautiful life was never far away. Maybe it's been here with me. If this is all a life can give me, let me notice every bit of it. There's so much to love right here around me, more than I ever could name. The mornings, the music, the people, the seasons, the small things that brighten a day. There's so much to love, and was never somewhere else. Maybe I'm living it today. There's so